daylight, even at night. And what you see are charms and pendants. They did not make it. In an effort to make sure that we stayed on course, we continued to seek material that was able to cast light, but at the same time, not harm anyone. It took a little while for me to figure out that stainless steel would accomplish that, because I searched and I dabbled with glass pieces and I just couldn't justify the potential risk over safety. It did not work. So the primary target for the devices initially were elderly and children. So that mindset combined with glass as a signal mirror, it just took a little time, perhaps longer than expected, for me to figure out that I could use stainless steel with a shiny finish to accomplish casting the light. And once that happened, then we were just rolling, okay? The next problem I had to solve was making it accessible. Having it small enough and fashionable enough to where a person would want to carry it every day. And how do you make a whistle trendy? How do you make a signal mirror to the point to where someone wants to keep it on them? How do you do that? So again, back to the drawing board. And I figured I would make a collaboration between the two. That's when I combined the signal mirror made out of steel with an aluminum slender modern whistle. And then I opted for the traditional police version of a whistle. What I discovered is together they made a clinking sound that made me call them BMWs, a bell, mirror, and a whistle. The whistle standalone pushes 120 decibels, capable of alerting someone 2 miles away. The steel mirror with this high polish finish is able to cast light for miles. Aerial casts can be seen upwards 5-10 miles to hit a helicopter or aircraft. SAR persons on hilltops. It works at night also, even without the sun. That was the reason for the shiny finish on the steel, to make sure that light from a headlight or a person's flashlight can still be illuminated back to them so they can find out where you are. And that is just in case you're not able to blow. So the other battle that we had, because as I said, this is more of a history. The other battle that we had is that initially when I started out, I had a small group of friends and I explained to them what I intended to do. I had to literally pick them up off the floor because they were down there with laughter. And they explained to me, what year and age we were in and how far technology has gotten us. And I told myself, okay, I'm not going to challenge that, but I have a different ideal in mind. And then the other side was, the rape whistle versus the 9mm. And I really didn't have anywhere to go with that, so I let that go also. But for you all, let me just say that there are multiple uses, and it's not just for mugging, and it's not for rape, okay? You can use the signal mirror and the whistle in a variety of different ways and fashions for yourself, for personal uses also. And I'm going to cite a few too, if I will. If a person is trying to stop smoking, you can use this as something to do besides smoking. If you are experiencing anxiety, you can incorporate a breathing technique 478 and learn to breathe through the whistle without making a sound. That means that you are in control and you're putting yourself inside of a calm state. The signal mirror can be used definitely in more ways than what people think. You can use this as a visual for yourself to check yourself. You can use it in a way to where you cast light to gain the intention of someone for someone else, activating a hidden hero. So the ways that you can use the mirror for an SOS is 3 flashes, and that is known globally, that will initiate an SOS. The same as with the whistle. 3 short blasts, and that's a Morse code. And that both of them extend to help. Worldwide Essentials1 is in a position to make sure that even elderly persons that may or may not have a life alert can still alert a neighbor or a family member on a different level of the home or down the hall. So to just limit the uses of the signal mirror and the whistle to what most people think of instinctively, well, that's the reason why I am here now, to enlighten everyone that this is a device that should be with each person daily, simply because of the many uses, and it needs no batteries, it needs no instructions, it transcends all languages, and it doesn't make a difference whether you are highly educated or not, rich or poor. It will still be there to serve you the same way that it was intended to gain help and make a response or detract an animal. If you're out there in the woods, you can do a few blasts off of that and have them retreat away from you. That's the ideal purpose. So again, Mr. Whistle here from Worldwide Essentials1, and I just want to tell everyone in advance, thank you. Thank you for taking the time, and I look forward to servicing you all. Happy 2026.